going to be making something that I think all of us kind of feel like we need right now. We're going to make something called a dream catcher. So dream catchers are native to the Native American culture, as well as some ancient African cultures. And, you know, the whole purpose and the whole creation of the dream catcher was originally to put over children's sleeping space, where they're sleeping, and to protect them from, you know, bad dreams, nightmares, scary, those nightmares that make you feel like, ah. And so they'd have the dream catcher over them, and the dream catcher would catch all the bad dreams. Catch them! Catch them! Bad dream, go away! And out the back, now the bad dream would come through the dream catcher, and then have that positive dream come out of the other side and drizzle down the feathers, which we don't have, but we will create something else, and drip onto the sleeper. So let's make a dream catcher. Okay, so there's several things you need for this project, but every single thing you can find in your house. So I have this tape, but the only reason why I have the tape is because I just want it for the circular part. I'm going to use this to trace the circle for the middle of my dream catcher. So you can use a plate, a bowl, anything that's round. You can use it to go ahead and trace that perfect circle. I have an X-Acto knife because we're going to use cardboard, something we can always find, something. So we are going to use this to cut out the circle on the dream catcher. This, you need it. Don't try to use it. You ask for help. Cardboard is hard to cut. I've got my hole puncher. And I have my kitchen shears, because you know these are my favorite. I also have Henry. Oh! Henry's been unplugged. I've got Henry. I need to plug him in. He's a little cold. And I have string. You need string. And I'm going to use, you don't need to have a needle, but I am going to use a needle so that I can thread the web in the middle of the dream catcher. Now, you got to pay attention. Now, you got to focus. You got to pay attention, and so that this can, every step has to go in order for this to happen right. All right, we're about to get started. All right, let's begin. So like I said, I'm going to use this round thing. I've got my cardboard here. Okay, I'm going to use this to trace a round circle. You might want to make your dream catcher a little bit bigger. You can make it smaller. It could be like a teensy beensy teeny wee or big old one. It's up to you. Now, like I said, it's hard to cut cardboard. So I am going to use an X-Acto knife to cut, actually let me draw, to cut a square around my circle. So I'm going to cut along the square so that it's easy to cut out this circle. Now there's not so much. Don't you use this. Don't you use this. Use this. Hey. Look, listen, if you're, this isn't. Now, when you use something like that, what I realized what was happening is my cardboard was getting all bent. I don't want my dream catcher to be bent, but if yours does bend, it's okay. Don't start stressing out because you thought Oh my God. Well, I guess it's like how the teenagers got their jeans and stuff now. Anyhow, look. Isn't that fun? Look. Oh. Make sure that square is nice and cut. All right. You guys, when we were young, we had this song that was my favorite song. It was like, cool it now, we got to slow it down. Ooh, watch out. You're gonna lose control. You gotta ask your parents about that song. You ask them what song that is, and you're gonna watch them smile. Now I'm gonna cut. Now I need you back. I need you back. Okay, so now we're gonna cut this circle. Very simple. I'm gonna cut this. Not very simple. I'm sorry. You know, I always hate, and I tell my students, don't ever say something is easy. Don't say something is simple. You know why? Because it may not be easy or simple for someone else. And the last thing you need, see I'm cutting pieces off because sometimes the scissors may not let you get around the whole circle. So I just make sure my... Henry, you warmed up? Henry. He's getting hot. All right. Don't catch a fever now. Okay. We've got this. Now we have this. Now we have this circle. We have to put holes around the circle. So I'm going to use my marker and I'm just going to create some holes, nice and even. Create some dots, I'm sorry. This is where I'm going to put my holes. I'm going to put them there. There. Now you could put more holes or you can have less. I want to create a really good web. The more holes in the end when we create our web, the thicker your web will be. And you can add all kinds of different colors in your web. Okay, so now I have something that looks like this. Okay, so now I'm going to take my okay, you ready? Okay, here we go. Gotta kind of be strong to handle this thing here. So I am going to, so you've got your hole puncher, you got your hole puncher. If you don't have a hole puncher, you can just make a little hole in the middle here, okay? And then you could just take like, you know, a pencil, an ink pen, or anything like that, maybe a kitchen knife, and just create a little hole in there, big enough for you to be able to put string through. That's all you need. So I'll be right back. Let me make my holes. Well, we're ready. So we have this. Like I said, we have this. But we need to create a hole here because how are the dreams gonna, they're gonna be blocked. How the dreams, the negative nightmares gonna flow through here and come out as positive and sprinkle down upon you when you sleep. Okay, so we need to create this. So I'm gonna use a marker. I always use a marker. I was gonna use something to like trace it out, like when I use this, but I realized that because of the hole puncher, I wanna make it like far away from the holes. So I just keep going until I feel like my circle is what I want it to be. Okay. I'm gonna take this thing again that we're not supposed to be using without family, unless you can figure out how to get them scissors going on this. All right, you guys. So, all right, now that was not as easy as I thought it was gonna be. So I'm just telling you that. Oh, look, see the back? I cut the front. The back isn't there. Now the back is there. That was kind of dangerous what I just did. Don't do it. That's why I say have a grown-up. You guys are lucky. You guys get to have grown-ups that like love you and like hang out with you and play games and act crazy. I tell you, grown-ups are fun. Only when they know how to take a joke. Okay, here we go. We are almost there. Almost there. You guys know I was gonna go there. Almost there. People gonna come here from everywhere because I'm a dream catcher. Okay. Now I'm punching out this middle circle here. Punk it out. Punk it out. Now punk it out. Now punk it out. Now punk it out. That's gonna be in my head all night. So now I have something that looks like this. There's no hole in the middle, and I have holes going around the edges here, and it's a circle. So now what I did was I have my string. I have several pieces of string. You have to have I have, how many holes do I have? Starting here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 10, 11. So I have 11 holes. That means I need 11 pieces of string that are the same exact size. They have to be the same size. Because as they go around the dream catcher, they're going to get shorter. So I'm going to make mine like a little bit shorter because I have a small dream catcher. So I don't want it to be too long. I don't want it to be hanging over my bed, slapping me in my eyes. That's not positive. Okay, so now what I'm gonna do is I'm going to take one of my strings. I'm gonna put it through a hole. And you can decide to tie it, but because I have Henry, I'm just gonna hot glue it, but you can tie it. You can tie it right around there. Okay, so there's one. Do another. You hear Mason? Mason's my little doggy. He's just recovering. He got into a little tiffy taff with the doggies next door. See how that came out? Don't get frustrated. Everything amazing takes time. Don't get frustrated. Like, you guys already know how we do. We take our time. Nobody makes us feel like, you know, we're taking too long. That's none of their business. We're just taking our time. And put another one. So I'm going to finish putting these in. Just put them in each hole. Just put them in each hole. I'll be right back. Let me finish putting these in. You put yours in. All right, so now I have all my strings connected. Come up close. Can you see this? All my strings are connected from this side, and the back side looks like this. Now, what we're gonna do is we're gonna take any string. It doesn't matter what string because it's a circle, and we're gonna take one of these strings to be our handle. And I'm just gonna tie a knot in this string so that I know. First of all, so that I know that this is my handle. Second of all, so that I can hang it up over Sasha's bed. See, so now we have something that looks like this. Now, here's the problem. We need some weight. We need some weight, or else these strings are just gonna faninga-balinga-dangle everywhere. They're just gonna stick together and be like this. So we need to add weight. So I'm gonna use some of my Beejels. And I'm gonna choose some heavy ones just because. Now, we're supposed to have feathers. We're supposed to have feathers. Feathers are what we're supposed to put on the edge of these because they represent the release of the positive energy. But I don't have feathers. So, my spirit knows what it is. So I'm gonna add some weight. Some people may only have metal washers. Some people might have nails. It doesn't matter what you have. You just put something heavy on there so that it sticks. So I'm going to choose this because it just looks like the biggest thing in my little bejeweled pocket here. And I'm going to... Don't burn yourself on the hot glue gun. So there's one. What else have we got? Ooh, I'm gonna use these. Look, take off. I found these. These are really cool. You see these? All right. Put a little bit of hot glue on there. Get that on there. I burnt myself last time, so you see me being real careful this time. So there's one. And it's almost gonna look like little, cause these little weirdy diamonds that I have here, it's almost gonna look like raindrops keep falling on your head. Ah. That doesn't mean my eyes will soon be turning red. Crying's not for me. See, raindrops keep falling on my head. They keep falling because I'm blue. Y'all don't know nothing about that. You just really don't. You know what, you guys? When we were younger, the music was so positive and just awesome. Okay, so I'm gonna show you my 3. You're gonna do yours. Ah! Oh! You see, learning lesson, learning lesson, learning lesson. Oh, learning lesson. Okay, so you see what we're doing? We're putting weight on the end of the strings. We're putting weight on the end of the strings. You see what we're doing. So let me finish mine. You do yours. Yeah, so let's do it. All right. I have attached all my weights to the bottom with Henry. And because this is why you have to make all of your strings the same length. Because as they come higher up, they're gonna get shorter and shorter. So it'll look like they're all different lengths. Like the lower down, the longer it's gonna be. The higher up, the shorter it's gonna be, right? So now we have to create this web in the middle. How are we gonna do that? I'm gonna lay this down carefully, because be very careful, because this does get tangled. It gets very tangled. So when you hang it up, you gotta just hang it up and just leave it alone. What I'm gonna do next is create the web in the middle. So I'm going to use some sewing needles. You don't have to use sewing needles. You might be able to just fish it through. It depends on how good your hole is that you have here. But my hole isn't that good. This isn't a real hole puncher. So I'm gonna use this string. So I'm gonna thread it like I'm sewing. Remember when we sewed in the last, one of the last projects, we made the stuffies with old clothes. We're doing the same type of thing here. So we want to get a string. We want it to be not too long because it'll get tangled. If you need to get another piece of string, just start again, get another piece of string. I'm going to take out one of my biggest needles just because it's easier, you see. And I'm going to thread this needle, which means I'm going to take this string and I'm going to put it through the needle. They call it threading. This is one of the hardest parts about sewing. Oh my gosh, this takes so long. There we go. Okay, here we go. All right, now, because I'm not sewing clothes, I don't have to double thread it. I could just pull it in like this. See this? See this, cameraman? And I'm just gonna tie a knot right there in the beginning. So we can use the full length of the string. We're just using the needle to help us get the string through. That's the only reason why we're using the needle. So I've got my string. I got my string. So my web is gonna be red. You see that? And we're just gonna put it first through one. And you don't want it to come out. So once it comes all the way through, make sure it doesn't get tangled. I'm gonna hot glue this. Henry, do your job. Henry! Spit it out. Let this dry for a second. This is our start off. But if you don't have hot glue, you could just tie this around the ring. Tie it around the ring and tie a double knot around the ring. So, but I have Henry, so I'm using him because he feels, you know, lonely. We can't just ignore him. And what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna keep stringing it throughout the different holes. See? You see that web? See that first string to that web? I'm literally just out. What hole do I want to go in next? Oh, this one seems cool. Let's put it in here. All right. Oh, my needle fell. Let's put it in here. Cool. Bring it on down. Bring it on in. Let's see what's the web look like now. Ooh, it did a little crossover there. Where do we want to go next? I don't know. It looks like this hole looks cool. Let's put it through here. Move my big old fingers out the way. And you're just gonna keep going, and you can get, after you're done with this red string, like after I'm done with this red string, I can get like green string and make my web like really colorful. Or you can just have one color and you can just keep going with that. And just going in and out. So I'll be right back. Let me go in and out. And then I'll show you my web. You see what we're doing? We're going in. Let's see. Ooh, I didn't get in this hole yet. You want to try to go through every single hole. And if you change your color and you're like, ooh, I wish I had green in there too. You're gonna go through every single hole with the green. Just like you did with the red. So I'm doing this. You want to really try to, like for example, I just put a string here. You really want to not put one right next to it. You want to go across. You want to go across the circle. You want to go here. That's not going to create a web. You want to go across so that we're filling this space. So this hole here is a little lonely. So we're going to put that through there. Ooh, look at that. What other hole looks lonely? This one. Sister, this one, you've been on my mind. This one, you wanna my color. You guys know that, the color purple. Don't play with me. Don't play. Okay, so it looks like I'm almost finished. I'm gonna put it through here because I see a hole over, oops. Here we go. I see a hole over here. And I'm gonna call it a day. Now I'm going to cut off this extra red. Henry! Hey. Thank you. I was so bored over here. Okay. I hate when I be trying to watch channels and people start doing that kind of stuff. It just throws me off. It's hard for me to believe them. Okay, here we go. Oh! I think I accidentally threaded one of my. That's fine. Those good dreams are still gonna come out of it. Now we have the bad dreams coming in, the good dreams coming out. And what I'm gonna do here, because I don't like this backing, cameraman, come look at this backing. You see where I put all the hot glue here? What I'm gonna do is I wanna cover that up. So I'm gonna take some blue yarn. To Henry, glue it, put some glue around here. Uh-oh, running out of glue. And I'm going to just decorate the back because the back may become the front. Depends on you as the artist, what you believe. Uh-oh, I had a glue stick. Here it is. Look at how big this glue stick is. This is like amazing. When I first saw these, I was like, I don't think it's gonna fit my glue gun. But then I was like, oh my goodness, it fits. This is like insane. I don't even know where to buy them. They're yellow, so you know they're super old school. Because ooh. Make sure you guys don't burn yourself. Please don't burn yourself. If you burn yourself, then you're just not going to enjoy the rest of the day because you're just going to feel burned. You don't want to do that. You want to enjoy. Because there's other stuff that you guys can do. Ooh, okay, so see, I'm just, like, you could get way more fancier than me. You guys always do. You always be like, I want glitter. That's not enough. But some of you guys be like, I do not want glitter. It gets in my eyes. Okay, so just gonna put this here. I'm gonna cut this off because I think you get the idea of the whole situation here. I'm also gonna put some awesome some bejewels. Let's see what kind of bejewels I got. Ooh, I've got this. I'm gonna use this. I'm gonna use that. And this is gonna go on the side where the good dreams come out of this side. This is the magical side. The bad dreams go into that one side, and then the good dreams follow. I'm gonna put a heart right in the middle of the web. And I'm only doing that because I have a heart. And I'm doing it just, you know, represent the love. Okay. Dreamcatcher. Okay. I really hope you guys enjoyed this lesson. Send me pictures of your dream catchers. I love dream catchers. Please send me pictures of your dream catchers. This is mine. Let me get this string, this extra string, so you can really see it. So here's my dream catcher. You like it? Catching all them bad dreams. Put it over your bed. Make one for your family. And hey, during this time with all the stress and stuff, you guys already know that this is something that you want. If you feel like you're having bad dreams, Bills, make one. Put it over your bed. And you'll be good. You'll be okay.